and gentlemen, All Saints Catholic Church in Dallas, Texas welcomes you to All Saints Coffee Chats.
Everybody, and welcome. This is Coffee Chat number 71, which is incredible that we've done this for 71 weeks. Today, we are joined by Liz Greer and Gina Rauker, our development directors, both at the school and at the church here. So they're here to talk to us today a little bit about North Texas Giving Day, which, if you don't know, is September 23rd, so it's next Thursday. But things are open right now for donations, and we've got a lot of great information that we'll get into about that. But before we do that, as we always do, we like to always ask people if they have a favorite saint or a saint that really is part of their journey in life right now, being that we're all saints. So we'll start with you, Liz. Do you have a saint that is kind of your go-to?
I do. I'm a big St. Francis of Assisi fan.
It's
very mainstream, but it just makes me happy. His whole story is fascinating to me. And I actually just recently learned that he had a second feast day that was canceled. Did y'all know this?
I did not.
He had a feast day that would have been tomorrow to honor the fact that he was the first person to have stigmata.
Okay.
But they don't do that anymore. They just have the October 4th feast day now.
Huh.
So that's my fun fact.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Interesting.
How about you,
And
Gina?
mine is St. Bernadette. Ever since I was young, I was fascinated by her. She's the patron saint of illness. So people do go to Lourdes, and I went to Lourdes a couple years ago with my daughters, and all three of us got into the baths.
Yeah.
And I did not know how cold it really was until I got in. So it is a cold bath.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful area, and she's, like I said, the patron saint of illness. So thousands and thousands of people pilgrimage there. So.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, and she had 69 cures that were confirmed and verified, and to this day, that people go and pray and they're healed, and it takes a while for these things to go through.
Yeah.
But 69 since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
Very cool.
Catholicism
How about
is so
for you?
cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
When was it? Yesterday was Our Lady of Sorrows.
Yes.
We celebrated that. It's just so cool. I think we've talked about before, like, I have a hard time as a woman sometimes relating to Mary in different situations just because of her perfection and love and stuff. But looking at the Feast of Our Lady of Sorrows, it's just so, like, it's a good reminder that she's always just present with us in every aspect of our lives, not just in the joyful times and whatever, but yeah, just that you can always feel her presence in that, and not in the way that she's like someone there to like push you through to something that's better, but she's just present with you in the most difficult times. And just, I find that so peaceful and also so relatable, just that she's there with that. Yeah. And then the 7 swords that like pierce your heart are so like fascinating, and just like all the different like verses that come from that, and that's all. There's a lot you could say about that, but yeah, I just find it really like comforting in that aspect. How about you?
I think for me, and maybe it's just because the amount of time that we've spent in the Gospel of Mark. I was reading a little bit about St. Mark yesterday. A lot of the kids at Bible study had a lot of questions about who St. Mark was. Was he a contemporary of Jesus, or was he a disciple? And so we were really looking yesterday. So we know that theologians know that Mark was actually one of Peter's disciples, followed Peter, and a lot of the writing from the Gospel of Mark was, like a first-hand account from Peter's perspective. So I think I was just looking at him yesterday, and I thought that was pretty fascinating. Probably around 70 AD that most of the Gospel was written. So yeah. Speaking of Gospels, so you guys have a scripture passage that you like this is your go-to kind of prayer. Look, you got yours written down.
I don't remember anything.
All right, well then, Gina, we'll let you go first.
Galatians 6:9.
Okay.
Okay. let's not get tired of doing good, because in time we'll have a harvest if we don't give up. So what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Right?
Also that persistence, like don't give up. Like there's good that comes. Yeah.
Be
absolutely.
kind, be patient, and good things will come.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was very fitting.
Yeah,
for me,
absolutely.
so.
That is fitting for you. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liz. What is yours?
Mine is John 15:12. I command thee to love each other as I have loved you. For me, that's love is everything in this whole world. So I think it's a perfect quote, perfect scripture, perfect passage, however you want to say it for every situation. Just love each other.
Yeah, very like simple reminder.
Very simple, not deep about it. Just
No, yeah.
love. If you're angry, love harder. If you're happy, love harder. Just love.
I think it's I think the part of that sometimes people forget is as I have loved you. You know,
Correct.
we all want to
Yeah.
love people the way we feel like love is supposed to be. But then when you look at no, Jesus said to love people the way Jesus loves people.
Right. Unconditionally.
Unconditional. Yep.
And sometimes it's easier than others.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But we're always
Yes.
called to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about for you?
Yeah, when was it? Monday at our women's Bible study, we go through the Sunday readings, but we focused a lot on the second reading from James for this upcoming Sunday, because there was a line in it, and it says, I got it. Where do the wars and where do the conflicts among you come from? Is it not from your passions that make war within your members? And we were just talking about, it talks about in that reading a lot too, just cultivating peace, and that line kind of stuck out to me because you think of so many arguments happening nowadays, and there's sides to either thing, and I thought it was a good reminder to wherever you stand on like any sort of political kind of moral topic right now, it's such a good reminder to look at the other end of that conversation as that person is coming to this conversation with the same passion and the same love and care that I am, for whatever reason that they might stand on a certain thing. And so kind of knowing that spite and hatred that can come about in different arguments does not come from an existence of peace, but kind of just the absence of it. And the only way that peace can come about is if we decide to cultivate it in any aspect of our life, but specifically in so many conversations happening right now. So just really kind of holding on to that verse right now.
Yeah.
So what about you, Paul?
I was going to say the same thing. We were doing the reflection this morning that we put out on Saturdays for the upcoming readings, and we were talking a lot about that conflict. And we were talking about like leaders and effective leadership, and how things can so easily get out of control when you're passionate about something and you refuse to listen to people, or you maybe misinterpret what somebody might be saying, or whatever it might be. That right, like this is where conflict comes from, is that you're passionate about something. But I love that James talks about it in the sense of you have to reorder those things to be what is the will of God and not as what is the will of ourselves.
Yeah.
And we've talked a lot about everybody at All Saints, the entire staff of the church and the school. We're all working towards this mission of making All Saints the greatest school and the greatest church that it can possibly be. The problem is that sometimes we are passionate about different things, and so we start going in a little bit different directions with different things, and that's just in-house. But then, like you were saying, like where the world's at right now, there's so much conflict, and it is because people are so passionate about things, and if it becomes selfish is where things start to take a turn and become negative, and that's what really that's worrisome.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that we can all do better, and sometimes it's swallowing our pride and having that humility, like Jesus talking about in the gospel, of like the child, bringing this child in front of people and be like, do things like this. So, which I think. Sorry.
Is there a comment?
No, I was texting Andrew that the description on something was wrong, and for some reason when it popped up in old conversations that him and I were having, and it just totally caught me off guard because I didn't understand the context, and now I realize it. So, yay, technology. All right, so speaking of things that we are passionate about and things that are good, what is North Texas Giving Day, and why does it matter, and what is it going to do for our school and church communities?
Well, first of all, it's an 18-hour long day. You know, it's basically from September 1st to the 23rd, anyone can give. They support nonprofits. Liz, I mean, they support all the nonprofits. They try to help us with a lot of marketing and trying to get it out there, and for our parishioners and our school families to contribute, we need their help. So they're helping us in many ways.
There are matching funds available, which makes it so it makes it kind of synergistic that we can be both fundraising for ourselves and end up with matching gifts. They do fun ones that you wouldn't expect, like the smallest school with the most new donations, or we don't know ahead of time what they are, but they come up with all sorts of categories where you can win a prize, I guess is how they refer to it. So it really can double your impact. We've done it now for I think 5 or 6 years.
The school
and I think
has. The church has only done it this
Second
year.
year for the church, right? Yeah.
Correct. And so for us, for the school, I know that money goes to what we call Fill the Gap. So the cost of educating a child at All Saints versus the price of tuition, there's about a $2,500 difference per student. We have 311 students.
Right.
So if you multiply that, it's a big number that we need to fill the gap for, so that we can continue to provide the best education to our students, and support our faculty and staff. So we really focus on putting the funds towards that, and we ask people to give what they can, but we hope sometimes that some individuals will fill the gap.
And for us, it's the infrastructure that we're focused on, our HVAC systems, and they definitely need, we have some very aged systems, so we definitely need to switch those out. And last year we raised $55,000, so we were able to get 2 units, and we were so grateful we were able to raise that much money. So this year I'm trying to double that. And we do have a $20,000 matching gift donated by 2 parishioners. So that's a boost. So I'm trying to get that out there to let people know, hey, let's get this match. And last year we did it on 10,000. We reached 55,000. So I think we can do it this year for sure. Yes. So, and I just want to thank everyone who's already given. Liz too, probably. So
Yes,
we
definitely.
We want to thank everyone.
And to remind people, it's one general cause. There's 2 options. You can give to both. You can give to either. But in the end, it helps us all. It helps the church. It helps the school. We are one in the end.
Yes. Yes.
But give to the school.
I agree.
Wow, I like that.
Of course I agree.
Whoa. Right.
I love the school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think one of the things that is so impactful and powerful is the teachers at All Saints. Obviously as a parent, like it is an agenda of mine to make sure that we keep the teachers that we have, because so many of them are so impactful, so many of them are so good. They're all people that I want to be friends with because I love them. I mean, my kids have had an incredibly positive experience the entire time that they've been there at All Saints, and the teachers are they're good people who give so much of themselves to the students. Mm-hmm. And so anything that we can do to help support the school in that way, I think is huge. And then, we have air conditioning units that are 40 years old.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. 45.
Yeah. It's
and then they're always being serviced.
Yeah. It's pretty remarkable. And we were up on the roof last week.
Yeah.
I think we were looking at a crack that we had found about in another spot, and so we were up there on top, and we're looking over to where the sanctuary is, and you can see the difference between the new units and the old units. I mean, it's like night and day what they look like. So, yes, anything you can do to help out.
Yes.
We appreciate it. I love air conditioning personally. I'm a huge fan. Like, this office is always cold and everybody's always miserable up here, except for me. I love it. Andrew's usually pretty good. We enjoy our igloo. But yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Circling back to the teachers for a minute too, I both as a parent and Gina as a past parent, and as someone who works at the school, I think that is such an important point to make, because I have told people for years before I started working there, even when it was just my kids, when people would have a hiccup and be worried about something, I would say, I just want you to stop and I want you to think about who your kids' teachers are right now. And the peace that always brought them, no matter what, it would be a hiccup with an assignment or sports or something, and then they would think about who their children's teachers were. And I use this on myself too, and it's like, nothing matters. My kids have the best teachers they could have, and these people are really talented and amazing and giving, and I love that about our school.
Yeah, and I will say we're in a very generous community. All Saints Catholic Church, All Saints Catholic School, that people have always done a very good job of supporting to help us get to those goals and help us reach the goals that we've set for different charitable things that we've done over time, and the response that we've gotten during COVID with how many of our parishioners stepped up and helped out during all of that. It's hard times for a lot of people.
We have amazing parishioners.
But they've been fantastic. I mean,
they have. You just
we have
ask,
such
and
a good
they
community.
want to help.
Yes.
They want to be there, not just, they want to help in any way. But do you remember a couple weeks ago when we lost air conditioning in the fellowship hall?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, right then. We have North Texas Giving Day, and this is why we need, our units, because we can't work in that kind of environment either.
Oh, it was interesting,
so hot.
and it was on a Sunday, so perfect timing. So
And it was pancake breakfast,
it
which
was
is
pancake
too bad.
breakfast. We had all the doors open. We had like 20 fans blowing.
Yeah, and
we
the
were
band was playing.
Yep, and we were down the hall in the St. Teresa room for the family catechesis, and we had 2 fans blowing in the St. Teresa room. It was hot.
Yeah.
The sanctuary was nice. Sanctuary,
Sanctuary,
was nice, which is
yeah,
good.
it usually is.
Yeah.
They're all new units.
Yeah, which is where our new units are. So, yeah, if you haven't been to the church because of everything that's gone on with the pandemic, and you feel like it would be safe to come back at some point, we've done a lot of renovations. We've been able to do a lot of different things. There's an open house coming up for the school.
There is.
What is that, September 29th? Is
It's
that right?
the Wednesday, the 29th. That's
Okay.
correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
September 29th. So if you haven't seen everything that's going on at the school, that's a perfect opportunity to get up there and check that out and see all the amazing things that they're doing for the students, for the teachers, for the faculty there. Yeah, I mean, with all of the things that are going on in the world, it's good to have some of that and that normalcy, and that's only possible with the support of the parishioners that we have. So
Yes.
You had mentioned that last year the church had done North Texas Giving Day. What were some of the things that we were able to do in response to the donations that were given last year?
Well,
was it just the air conditioning?
Yeah, we were
units?
able to pay our bill
Yeah.
for the 2 air conditioning units. So especially at that time with COVID, nothing was available, but we had already ordered, ahead of time, so we were able to get it in right away. So we're really grateful for that.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how powerful it was, and so this year I'm putting a little bit more effort, into it. I have parishioners who will be calling parishioners just to remind them to give. We just posted again today on our church website the link, so they can just go to the church Facebook page, or they can go to the website. And it's the same with the school. So we all have it on our pages and on our websites.
Yeah, and we've posted it here in the chat, so you can see All Saints Catholic School, All Saints Catholic Church right there, if you're looking for easy links to find that information as well. What has the school been able to do over the last 5-6 years with the contributions that they've been received from North Texas Giving Day?
I would say we've done several things over the years, but the most impactful is keeping tuition at a reasonable cost and being able to provide our teachers with salaries that are reasonable and somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
So I think those two things in and of themselves make it worthwhile for me as
Absolutely.
as a parent to say, I have to keep supporting this. This is helpful. This is good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that Catholic private schools do not get the same kind of government funding or
Correct.
any government funding.
Correct.
Which makes it, tuition is expensive in
Right.
a lot of places. It's a sacrifice for a lot of families, but having something like this to offset some of that cost is so impactful.
The best way to realize just how much less we're receiving or how much less we're charging, I would say, is to go to some of the other private schools in Dallas, non-Catholic schools, and see what the tuition is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you realize very quickly that we are providing an excellent education. We were
Yeah.
at a different private school when we first moved here, and I can promise you our education is just as good. I won't say where, but just as good in every way. And
Yeah.
it literally costs us half of what the private school we were first at cost. But part of that is that then we have to do this, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We know we do have an amazing and generous community. Not just with money either, and I know Gina would echo this too. We have so many volunteers that come in and help us run things so that we don't have to pay for everything we do. We have lunchroom volunteers that come in.
Yeah.
We have people that help with carpool. We
Tutoring.
have tutoring, exactly. And we have people come in that help us with our auctions, which is a huge undertaking. And we are so blessed, not just monetarily, but with people spending their time and talent with us. And it's
And-
actually how Gina and I became friends.
I know.
And we've made lots of friends that way. It's great. It's a
And
great
I think
thing
in
to
the
do.
last couple of years, though, a lot of our own parishioners who are retired have said, hey, I used to be an English teacher, or I used to be a math teacher, or it could be anything. And they've called the school and said, I can volunteer if you need anything. And a lot of them got phone calls, and they have been working over there, working as a volunteer. Sometimes they could get hired again, get out of retirement. They love it so much.
Welcome back. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing.
It's a great
Wow.
community.
And we need all of it. We need money, we need time, we need talent,
Mhm.
all the things.
Yeah. I know we got stewardship coming
Yes.
up, to Stewardship Weekend, and we've got Fall Fest coming up where we use a
We
lot
have
of our
so many
volunteers.
things.
And
Yes.
yeah, if you're looking for anything to do,
Volunteer.
we
Fall
can
Festival.
find
There's
it.
stuff
I
going on.
promise. Yeah.
On our
it's,
website. Our website actually looks really good right now. When you go to the front page, scroll down, you'll see all the different places you can click on for Fall Fest, North Texas Giving Day, and right now Stewardship's not there, but everyone will be receiving that in the mail.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
there's-
website looks good right now.
80 ministries in our parish.
Yeah,
There is something for
70.
everybody. We promise that. And then up at the
Yeah.
school, there's so many opportunities, right? Like you
Yes.
said, even if it's
Absolutely.
carpool, which I would love if more people wanted to volunteer for it, because yeah. Anyways,
Carpool is a challenge.
carpool is fun.
Everybody loves it.
Oh, that's a word for it.
Nobody. Nobody.
Is it that bad?
It's
It's just carpool.
It's
I remember it
carpool.
not being that bad.
What it's
That's like how we remember giving birth not being that
No, not
It's a
bad.
thing.
I had no idea.
It's not that. It's not that. It's
When Gabrielle
it's-
was there, it was
it's-
like
bad. It's better than
right.
other schools. I will tell you. When
Yeah.
I go down Preston Road now at 3:30,
Oh,
there's
no.
a school on Preston.
Oh my gosh.
That shall remain nameless. That's backed up all the way, and I'm
Oh.
like, seriously?
Yeah.
Frankfurt.
So we're lucky.
Frankfurt Road, just east of Preston, is a nightmare trying to go. The school that's right up the street, like I have to leave at a certain time from here if I'm going to pick up my
Yes.
kids because of how much of a nightmare that 4-way stop
Yeah, it's
Yes.
bad.
is awful.
What time?
So
is
we
that?
are lucky.
Like it-
2:45?
We are lucky, but carpool just in general, I think, for all
Yeah, I
parents.
mean, now that they have the line for the kinder kids,
And we got our no right turn
and,
sign.
and we have the no right turn sign, even though
people still turn
people
right.
still turn right. If you're watching and you're the person that turned right, like we still love you because like Liz started with her thing. You gotta love everybody.
Yes.
You know, with
Yeah,
there
her
you go.
scripture. Pastors, you gotta love
Patience.
everybody.
And,
But yeah.
and if you are one of the right turners, I often
Patience.
will try to approach your car, and I always approach it with love.
Yeah.
And just, I am sure most of the people that turn right just don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
We all
it's-
get in the zone.
You gotta learn.
We all get in the zone. So I'm,
Oh my god.
I need
Yeah.
to start bringing coffee with my comment. Please don't turn right.
That's it.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
then they'll all turn right. I would turn right for a cup of coffee.
I've seen,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's true.
Maria.
Maria Melendez.
Melendez.
Oh my gosh,
She's
the
awesome.
red
Out
First
shoes.
year, she's
there.
got kids at school. She'll be out there. She's waving to everybody, saying hi, and also pointing you in the right direction, like traffic control. It's
can't miss
it's
her.
fantastic.
She
Red
is.
heels.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
a volunteer extraordinaire.
Sometimes she does
Love
this
it.
great job of like one foot on the curb, one foot in the street, like pointing at you.
There you
And,
go.
like she's always got a smile on her face, but you're also like, oh shoot, I did something
Yeah.
wrong here.
She's
Yeah.
a little more commanding than me. I'm like
I like
4'11", and I'm like, hey, please don't turn. Maria's great. She's like, don't go.
I think
love
it's
it.
fantastic. I
Oh,
love it.
it's funny.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
So
Our Lady in Red.
yeah, she's great, man. She's got the State Farm
Yep,
car
right over
wrap.
there.
Like her whole
Oh.
car is wrapped. And
Yeah,
she's right across the
yeah.
street where Starbucks is.
This
Yeah.
is not placement, by the way.
No, it's not product placement
Maria,
unless
placement.
you want it to be, Maria. And
Maria,
then let's
make a
talk.
donation for our Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, to the church. But
School.
Both.
Both. Okay,
So both.
You
Yeah.
guys are division.
we'll split it.
I like both.
I think you brought up something very interesting that we probably need to touch a little bit more on because I think it's so important. The aspect of community that comes with volunteering. You had said that even for the two of you're such close friends. I mean, I teased you when you came in this morning. I was like, of course you both got here at the exact same time. Like you were probably got here at 9 o'clock this morning and we're just hanging out, But
I work here.
We should have. We're
I'm
too
kidding.
busy.
But
We
I
should've.
mean, it's one of those things that like you do have this aspect of community. You do have this idea of like I belong here. This is my family. How does volunteering help make a difference in the community aspect, either at the school or at the church?
Do you want me to go first? I think a great example I would say is when I first came over, I came as a volunteer, so I'm just going to tell my personal side of it. And I moved my kids to this school. I was still fairly new to Texas. We've been here a couple years, but this was a whole new community for me. And the very first thing I did was get involved as a volunteer because I knew it would be a way to meet people. But I thought at the school we've been at previously, at some of the other volunteer things I'd done, it had taken about 6 months. I would say at All Saints, the community there is so strong, both at the church and the school, that within like 8 weeks, I was doing things with people outside of that. And what stems from that, I think, and what makes it so beautiful, is then you're watching out for each other's children, you're watching out for each other's parents, you're providing meals for people when they're sick, you're doing all these things that make it the full community, and then when you need that community back, they're there. It's just incredible. That's how I would put it best. But we were lucky that Father Alphonse asked Gina and I to co-chair.
No.
Oh no, he asked Gina to chair, and then Gina asked me to co-chair. Is that how it went? I can't remember.
But
you tell.
Well, first of all,
I didn't even know
I
Gina is the point.
My
but-
daughter went to All Saints, and that's how I started volunteering, and I worked all the time as a volunteer, and I was hired. And I remember Gabe saying to me, Gabe Marino, who was no longer at the school, but we need somebody to run the 20th anniversary. And so I'm like, oh, and everyone kept saying, yo, you can do it. Okay. Yeah, but I need a strong co-chair. Do you know anyone? No. So I went to the school one day, and they were sliming Father Alphonse, sliming the green slime.
Yes.
And I see
I was
Liz
making
there.
the slime.
Liz was making the slime. I was just there taking pictures.
Yeah.
And I started talking to her, and we started connecting like Massachusetts, Maine, and all this, and where we were from. Next thing you know, I'm like, hey, how about you and I do the 20th anniversary together? And she just looked at me like, well, okay, let's have coffee sometime. So
And
I
in
let
my
it
head,
go.
I'm saying no.
And then,
Just for the record.
And so, anyway, long story. It took her a while to get back to me, but I finally got her because I don't stop. I'm persistent,
Like
and
the reading.
that's how I get my volunteers. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, we ended up running the whole event together, and it was a great experience because we are able, for some reason, getting the volunteers. We don't have difficult time asking for help, ever,
Yeah.
ever. So if I ever need anything graphic or anything for people to help me go get donations, I don't have a problem asking someone to help me, because I can't do this by myself, nor
Yeah.
can Liz.
Yeah.
So we have to count on incredible volunteers. Like right now, my Fall Fest volunteers are amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll have to come back up here to talk about Fall Fest.
Yeah. Well, we can do that.
I feel like you just shared like our love story. I'm like, oh, I'm just like someone would. And
I think that's why we connected very well, because we had the high. Well, I don't know who has higher energy. I think she does, but more energy.
Somebody said recently that a man I was talking to said he was born caffeinated, and I'm like, I think that
That's
would
you.
be a good description of me.
Wow.
Lots
Yeah,
of dancing.
no, I don't
lots of
drink that much
energy.
coffee, but we've always worked well together,
Yeah.
and we know how to bring people together, and we love what we do. Well, at least I do.
I do too.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. Yes. This is
I'm
my dream
speaking for
job.
you.
I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
I get, and again, it's being part of that community.
Mm.
You know, it always goes back to that. The theme of school this year is a cultural belonging, and I
Yeah.
can't think of a more perfect theme, because truly it's our home.
Mhm.
And the church as well. It's just an extension of the church,
Mhm.
but it feels like home. I walk through those doors every morning to work, and I'm happy to be there, and it feels like home.
Yeah, I think All Saints Church is the same.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
people always say, and actually we had an event last Saturday, and a lot of people from all over came, and they all said how friendly we all were, and that, it's just anybody who comes here feels the same way. They feel it's a great community. So
Yeah.
we're very lucky.
Not everywhere is like this.
Nope.
No,
We are
and
very
I
blessed.
I think we have such a push from Father Jovita that we've talked about it, the family and bringing people back together. And you had an event that on Tuesday that I think you should talk a little bit about,
Yeah.
because I like celebrating any victories that we have with as hard as things are right now. But the idea of community and us all coming together in that family aspect. What all did you guys do on Tuesday?
Yeah, it was a pretty simple evening. I mean, feel like I was running around like crazy, but so I didn't get to see a whole lot of it, but apparently it was really good.
No.
So typically we have our young adult large group events on Thursdays, but this past Tuesday, we did an event in collaboration with UTD's Newman Ministry and their Focus team.
Mm.
And essentially we opened at 7:00 with adoration. We had Dave and Lauren Moore came, and they just played acoustic music the entire time. It was about maybe like 45 minutes to an hour of just very times of silence and times of just like quiet praise and worship. We had our Father Garrett and Father Paul were in two different places doing confessions. And it was just, it was very like simple, like beautiful hour. And then at 8:00, whenever that was done, we went outside in the courtyard over here, and we had a food truck come, and we just all sat outside, and there was music playing, and just different people got to visit. I got to meet a lot of people, like students from UTD, some graduate students. I was telling you, like, we just had a variety. Like, I met a few people who, like newly married couples, like, just young college students, new graduates, like, kind of a wide age range for young adults, which is really nice, because the age range that the diocese has is, like, super, super spread out.
18 to 39.
18 to 39.
18 to 39.
Should we say if we're in that category or not?
I mean, I have said multiple times that I'm not in that category, so I can say that that's where I am, and I'm not going to speak for anyone else. So, not going to play that game.
Oh my gosh. But that's, with it just being such a large age group and wanting to have events where anyone from that group can come in and feel included and not feel like super isolated from either or. I think it was a really, really beautiful event to, where we saw the different age groups and the different seasons of life all come together for time of adoration and sacraments, and then just fellowship afterwards. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And we have similar events kind of coming up over the next few months. But it was so much fun.
Like similar to this, or that
Yes.
you're having? Okay.
Yeah.
Erica, I think you're doing such a good job.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you
because
so
I
much.
see all the, the things in the bulletin and on the website that I think you were putting those together, those flyers. I mean, I think it's an attraction, and I think young people really want to get out and do things like this. And you're reaching out. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's not by myself, that's for sure.
No, I know.
But
You have,
thank you.
master.
Master.
That's your new job title.
That feels very official.
Director of
Scary.
being master.
No. But we have a lot of things going
Master
on
of
at Parish.
things.
We do.
Yep.
I mean, you guys are doing a lot, and I know, like Jordan and Shelby this Saturday night are doing their
Yes.
concert.
Yeah.
We got to plug that in.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
7:00 in the
Yeah.
church.
Oh my gosh, they were
They're
playing,
fantastic.
or they were practicing during our young adult holy hour last Monday,
Uh-huh.
and we had the doors open in the chapel, and they just, it was so beautiful.
Shelby's
Yeah.
voice, you
Yeah.
didn't need
I
a
was like,
microphone.
this is perfect.
When
Absolutely.
she sings that Ave Maria, you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Tears.
I'm like, okay, so can you
does. It
come
gives you
practice every
goosebumps.
Monday?
She's amazing.
I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago on Coffee Chats that Andrew and I were helping with the major donor dinner, and we were like at the bar in the back, and the two of them started, and we both just like stopped everything we were doing. It was like people coming to get their own wine at that point in time. Because it was like, shh.
Shh, let's listen.
But
Well,
no-
you don't even have to.
nobody's
shh.
coming to get wine because they're all
No,
so
everybody.
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
no. Yeah, Shelby is amazing.
Yes.
And Jordan as well, absolutely. And we're very blessed in that way. We do have a question, and I think it's a good question. Does volunteering or working with All Saints make you more excited to come to church, or sick of spending so much time at church? Which is fair. I mean, you think about like,
Oh.
for those of us who work here, we're here all the time.
Mhm.
And so it's a fair question. Like, do you want to be there when you don't have to be working? And the same thing with like volunteering. But I will say, we have people who volunteer here like 7 days a week.
Yes, but I also try very hard to not over volunteer people.
Oh, right,
So-
absolutely.
So that people
Absolutely.
don't feel burnt out. I think there's been situations like that, and so I always try to say, okay, you came in this week 4 times. Let's take some time, and if they want to come, that's fine. But I never want to burn out my volunteers. I want them to
Yeah.
be happy with what they're doing and feel good about what they're doing.
I don't work in this building, so that's a harder answer, but I can tell you, working over at the school, when I go in for a parent event as a parent, where, people may still be asking me work questions, but I'm truly there for my kids. Like
Yeah.
graduation last year, activities, I had an 8th grader, so I was really just there as a parent. I like it even more because it's like, again, it's that same thing, and it sounds cheesy, but it's true. It's like being with your family. These are
Yeah.
people that I get to see every day, whether it be in carpool line or in school dropping something off. And then I get to see them again socially. And it's a big enough group that there's no, my own 2 sisters, sometimes I'm kind of like, oh, it's you again. But with this family, it's a big family. And I'm just kidding. My sisters live far away, and whenever I get to see them, it's wonderful. But it was just an example.
If you're watching.
If you're watching, sorry, Alexa and Hadley.
I love that you can have volunteers, and then we can consider them friends.
Exactly.
I can say that for sure.
Yeah.
And I've worked in nonprofits my whole life, and they're not all like that,
Mhm.
because you don't get the opportunity to have as many touches.
Yeah.
In church, you're here every week. School, you're there every day. So it's just constant interaction that really makes it feel closer.
That's how we became friends.
Yeah.
And several of our chairs and co-chairs and things that we've done are friends with us still to this day, and they want to still help us in any way.
Yeah. My watch just started buzzing, and I was like, "Is it my sisters?" No.
I want to
Call.
Gonna
Liz, we
call.
saw you. Okay, so we're getting ready for a large staff gathering, so Gina's got to step away. Is there any last things you want to say before you head out about North Texas Giving Day or about Fall Fest or anything you want to?
Oh, that's going to take a while. Not kidding.
All right.
No, with North Texas Giving Day, please, I ask for your support, and in any way, just by going to our website or looking on Facebook today, we just posted a link for people to go, or give me a call, talk to me, and I'd be happy to help you with anything.
Yeah, and we can post email or whatever
Yes,
on,
and
on
then
here? And
next Saturday,
So
the
they know where to find you?
25th, the auction opens, and everyone should get an email, or they'll get a text. If you've actually bid on this site before, then you'll receive a text as well. So, but I can come back actually, you guys will help me next week.
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
Yes.
we'll
You'll be live.
do another live video.
A live video.
Yeah.
Yep, we're good at that.
We
Thank
did
you. Thank you for letting me come up.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gina. We did a live video last year of the Fall Fest auction.
I think I remember.
Just kind of a walkthrough, and thought we were just teasing about a bunch of different things.
And
We ended up getting
600,000 people watched you
Yeah,
guys.
so many thousand people. Yeah, there's a lot more people than we expected that watched it. But
Okay.
um,
All right.
so my question for you, Liz, then would be, what exactly does development director do up at this school? Like, what are some things that people who are wondering how they support, or people who are even curious about like what that even means? What is your role, and how can people who want to volunteer or who want to donate help you out?
Okay, that's a great question. My role is really to be in charge of events and giving at the school. I also have some strange parts of my job. Not strange, but they don't quite fit in the role of development director. I do the social media, newsletters, etc. But really focused on North Texas Giving Day, our auction, which will be February 26th, and it will be a casual auction this year, which should be really fun, out under a tent, so that it is hopefully COVID-proof no matter what happens. And we've done a formal auction for several years, and we're just kind of looking for a shift, going back to the way we used to do it. We've heard a lot of people say that that's what they want, so we're excited about that. I'm in charge of the golf tournament, which will be November 4th at Sherrill Park. And we are also going to add a fun spring event this year. We don't have all the details for it yet, but it'll be a family event. And each of these things helps to raise money for our general fund, but sometimes pieces of them also have a specific goal. In the past, for example, at auction, we've funded things like the security system at the school, the smart boards, really taken specific pieces of things that need to be funded. So a lot of my job is just connecting and finding out who is interested in giving monetarily, who's interested in giving time and talent, and connecting people with what they want to do and how they want to help. Because everybody, I find, wants to help in some way.
Yeah.
Some people want to help by stapling things at home, and some people want to help by giving, money, and some people want to help by putting together something where they can do it with their friends and make it social.
Right.
We can find a spot for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that I'm pretty approachable, but if you don't know me and you're afraid to approach me for some reason, I think just don't be. Maybe I was going to say just email me, but like
don't do it.
Right. You already
friendly.
said like you bring coffee,
Right.
And so absolutely.
I will always have coffee. I like to bake.
Yeah.
I will take
There you
care
go.
of you. But
Somebody recently, it was in the HSA meeting.
Yes.
They were like, "Go to Liz's office. She has cookies in the drawer." And I'm like, "Huh?" I was like, "I'm up at the school pretty often, and I did not know that." I was
Father
like,
Garrett
"That's good
knows
to
that,
know."
and he's brand new.
Yeah.
I fed him a little breakfast the other day. I've always got lots of
Okay.
food in my office.
Maybe I'm just not as in with you.
When
as I
you're in
thought I
my
might have
office,
been.
we're usually too busy laughing and
That is
chatting
true. That
to
is
think
true.
about
We-
food. I think that's
We
fair.
do laugh quite a bit.
Yes,
We do.
yes. But there's always food. Bottom right-hand drawer, you can just go in without me. There's always something.
All right. good.
The next drawer up
Invite
is where I had the
myself.
Biscoff cookies because
Okay.
they're
Yeah,
a little more.
Those are yours.
Oh, yeah.
But now I
Right.
just told everyone, so
Yeah. So okay.
it's okay.
All the right side drawers. That's where the snacks are.
Good to know.
With the auction on February 26th, so it's a school auction, but can parishioners from All Saints attend that as well?
Absolutely. We've always had parishioners there, at least as long as I've been involved. And I've been involved, I guess, for 4 or 5 years now with the auction. And we really love that. We try to make it fun for everyone. We've had people who have their children at All Saints bring friends who don't have children at All Saints. I mean, we try to, it will always be that people know each other if they're part of the community, whether that's parishioner or family or both. Obviously, we have a lot of overlap. But it's really just fun for everyone. There's music, there's food,
Yeah.
there's an auction.
There is an
There's an
auction.
auction at the auction, imagine that.
Yeah.
And like I said, this year with it being more casual, we're hoping it'll be even more accessible for people to feel like they can come and have a good time and let their hair down and enjoy each other's company.
And do we know the venue?
It will be at the
It's
school.
at the school, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
But
that'll
it won't
be exciting.
feel like the
Yeah.
school, we promise.
Yeah, that'll be really exciting.
My committee
for
is
a lot of families.
crazy talented. Our new art teacher, Mrs. Mathena, has been
She's fantastic.
on it. Yes, I mean, so between her and the 4 chairs that are chairing this event, who are 4 7th grade moms who are incredible, it'll be fantastic.
Very cool.
They will transform that space.
Yeah.
I have a lot of skills. Art is not one of them, so I'm excited to have so many artsy people involved.
Yeah.
Decorating and art is not my thing.
I always, I tell people all the time, I was like, I can put together your retreats or whatever, but I'm not doing environment. I was like, that's not my thing. I don't like
Logistics are my thing.
decorating. Yes.
I can ask people for money. I can ask people to volunteer.
We had the diocesan office here a few weeks ago for something for all the youth and young adult ministers that are in the diocese came together. And they were like, which tablecloths where? And I was like, I don't care. It was like, why do you need tablecloths anyway? Like, they're plastic tables. If you spill something, we just wipe it up. And they were like, no, you've got to make it look nice. And I was like, okay.
Yes.
Sounds fine.
Aesthetics are key.
Yeah, to
Are
some
key.
people.
Yes. I mean, the year that Gina and I did the 20th, I remember as we were having that very first meeting, saying to her, like, we have to find someone to do decor because that's not my thing at all. And Gina's like, it's not really my thing either, although she makes everything look beautiful. So
Yes.
I'm going to debate that. But our team has always done a good job with auction. We've been lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I rely all environment stuff, like Kathy McDermott, our DRE, she's on top of that. She's like, we gotta do this, and I'm like, go.
Right.
I
got it.
I don't care.
I will do all the work. I just can't have the vision.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that somebody spent a lot of time on that, but I also am like, you spent a lot of time on that. But, yeah.
It's okay.
So speaking of fun decorations and things, did you know that today, well, I'm not going to ruin the surprise. I'll let Erica do it. So each show we end with something that we call lightning round, which is kind of like our quick fire would you rather questions. I don't know, Andrew, are you going to join us for this?
No, I moved the camera already.
Okay. Andrew already moved the camera
Andrew has
around.
a very
so it's not,
convenient excuse.
okay, so Erica's going to ask a question. As our special guest, you'll answer first, and then let's go backwards this time. So you'll ask, Liz will answer, then I will, and then you. Does that work?
Time
Or
for
you
Yeah,
wanna go-
okay.
Okay. So we're gonna go this way. But today,
Very
because
unnatural.
to make the segue make sense of decorations to what we're talking
Oh my
about with
goodness,
our lightning
yes.
round questions, what is today, Erica?
Today marks 100 days until Christmas.
Oh my gosh! Do you guys know how much I love Christmas? I am like Elf.
I do now.
I was actually just talking to our new president, Colin Campbell, yesterday, and he asked me what I was going to do about Christmas because I'm moving. And I was like, I really love Christmas. He's like, I kind of thought you might. And I was like, and then I got all excited. So this is 2 days in a row talking about Christmas. I love it.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness,
Yay.
I'm so glad. So all of our questions are Christmas related.
Do you remember Father Tony?
Yes.
Today, I think it's today, marks the day that Father Tony starts listening to Christmas music.
Oh, no.
Yes,
No.
like,
Day after Thanksgiving. Well, actually,
he
Thanksgiving
loves
night.
it. He loves it. It might be a little bit late. It
Interesting.
might be October 1st, but
Interesting.
it's like really early on. He loves Christmas music.
I
So-
also love Christmas music.
Yeah.
Love. Yes.
But okay,
Yeah.
so here we go.
Now that we're
Lightning
starting
round
topic.
questions, all related to Christmas.
So good.
Way too early, but apparently not. So,
No, not at all. Not at all.
all right, here we go.
All right, ready? Good. Okay. Would you rather have to loudly sing the chorus of Jingle Bells every time you walk into a room, or have to wear a Santa suit to school every day for a week?
Ooh, Santa suit.
I love it.
Jingle bells.
I think Santa suit. Yeah. Ooh. Would you rather make presents for your family instead of buying them, or make ornaments for your Christmas tree instead of buying them?
Presents for the family.
Presents. Yeah, I'd say presents.
I think I'd make ornaments. I don't know. I can't make a lot of things. Anything could be an ornament, though. You could literally, like,
But anything can be a present.
roll a banana peel on a tree, and you're like, it's a Christmas ornament.
Look, kids, I made you a banana peel.
Oh,
See,
yeah, I
I
guess
mean, it's
so.
the same thing.
Your kids are so lucky.
Yay!
So
Oh,
excited.
they're so blessed.
Okay, would you rather not celebrate Christmas this year or not celebrate your birthday this
My
year?
birthday.
Oh, birthday.
Definitely.
Yeah, birthday.
Yeah, I'm not a big birthday
I can
person.
skip any birthday.
I love my
Christmas.
birthday, second to Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jesus send me. That's how
Yeah,
it
there you
goes.
go. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta celebrate one birthday. If we
properly
gotta celebrate
ordered.
one.
Yeah.
Right.
Birth of Christ is a little bit more important than birth of Paul.
Correct.
That's what I'll go with.
There you
Correct.
go. Would you rather have Frosty the Snowman for a friend or Rudolph?
Oh,
That's
Rudolph. I like pets, animals. They're soft.
Frosty. I love Frosty the Snowman. Every time he puts the hat on. Happy birthday! Yeah. See, then I wouldn't have to celebrate a birthday because Frosty's my friend and will tell me happy birthday every time he puts a hat on.
Right up until the point he melts and leaves you all alone.
Yeah, well, you know
Yeah,
what?
kind of depressing.
It's sad.
Rudolph during hunting season could do the same thing.
Oh my.
Oh, that was dark. I mean, I love venison, but that was dark.
You said that you melted my best friend.
You ate
Leave me
Rudolph.
alone.
I mean, you ate him.
What if
Okay, it's
Frosty and Olaf are just the same person? Then I could get warm hugs and happy birthdays.
Interesting.
Sorry. Okay.
So I'm gonna say Rudolph.
What if Sven and Rudolph are the same person? Oh man, I
That's
like
deep.
Sven.
This is getting really.
Okay.
It's
Sorry,
really-
this is not a lightning
No.
round anymore.
Sorry.
Now it's a discussion.
I mean, no, but I would say Rudolph too. Frosty was like one of those first like childhood cartoons that like traumatized me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, she
'Cause
melted.
he melted.
It's like Bambi, right?
Yeah, so not Frosty.
Also
They'll never watch
Rudolph.
Bambi.
Hello.
No, Rudolph is fine. He gets teased, but then they accept him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's
He
a
doesn't
beautiful
get
story.
It doesn't get melted.
Would you rather have Christmas tree tinsel for hair or have fingernails that light up like Christmas lights?
Oh no, this is too hard of a question.
Those are both amazing,
Super.
but I'm gonna go with the fingernails lighting up because that would be fun to just be like, hello.
It would not be fun to like toss your tinsel hair in the wind. I'm gonna go
Constantly, yeah.
also light up fingernails just because long tinsel hair might be cool, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do fingernails too. Just point at people all the time. Would you rather be at home on Christmas and get lots of presents or go to Disneyland for Christmas and not get any presents?
Home, definitely, and not because of the presents, but like no Disney.
Yeah.
I've
never
saw the
been to
dark
Disney,
side
so
of
I'm
me
like, I
now.
don't know.
Also, yes, and like not a presents thing as much as like not a Disney thing, please. It's
all
just
the like Disney like
Right.
loving adults are like, oh my god.
We just
Yeah.
clarified in the last question how traumatizing Disney was to all of us. So.
That's also true.
yeah, that's all we did there.
Would you rather eat your cereal with eggnog instead of milk or eat a candy cane sandwich?
Oh gosh.
Like
Wow.
two pieces of
Just
bread with a
bread
candy
and
cane in
candy
between it.
I guess I'm gonna go with the candy cane because eggnog is just so thick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also go with maybe candy cane.
I think I have to say eggnog. The candy cane and bread just can't. It
I'm
can't
gonna,
be good.
I'm gonna pretend it's candy cane with like 2 sugar cookies. That's also a sandwich.
Yeah, that could work.
I'm twisting the
What if it's
question.
candy cane ice cream between 2 sugar
Oh
cookies?
my goodness.
Then
Then-
I'm on board.
You know, that's my mother's favorite.
Yeah.
Her favorite.
Really good.
Peppermint stick, we call it, right?
Yeah.
Like her
Yeah.
favorite.
Okay. All right, let's go with that.
All
Yep.
right, cool. Would you
Not
rather?
thick ice cream.
Yeah. Would you rather live in a gingerbread house or ride on the Polar Express?
I love trains. Polar Express. And then you get to meet Santa at the end.
I'm gonna,
that's
I'm
true.
gonna go Polar Express because right, Santa Claus. If I lived in a gingerbread house, I would just end up eating my home.
And then yeah,
And then
exactly.
Then it would not be a good Christmas.
And,
Yeah.
and fun fact about me, every year I cry when I read Polar Express at the last part
Really?
because I believe in Santa. And so does the child at the end. And so
Yeah.
I cry and my kids mock me now. But
They're
it's
wrong.
okay.
They're
They're
wrong.
wonderful
He's
children,
real.
but they're
So
always like,
beautiful.
Mom's gonna cry now.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's like Christmas tradition.
It's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
Absolutely.
I'm bad at lightning rounds. Sorry.
No,
No, it's okay. So are we.
Would you rather be? Okay, I'm just curious. Would you rather only eat fruitcake for 2 days, or only candy canes for 2 days?
Fruitcake.
Candy canes.
I think fruitcake.
Just more
Something more.
substantive.
Yeah, it's like
Can't
something
do
more
it, though.
substantial.
Yeah.
I feel like
not good. I don't like it. Not my cup of anything.
That's fair. Would you rather have a nose that Would you rather have a nose that glows red like Rudolph's? Oh my gosh. Or have pointy ears like an elf?
Ooh, nose that glows red like Rudolph.
That's a hard question.
I'll go with the nose that glows to match my fingernails.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do pointy ears. Maybe keep my sunglasses on my head for once.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point. All right.
Okay, would you rather receive a toothbrush for Christmas or a dictionary for Christmas?
Ooh, dictionary. Books are everything.
Yeah,
Oh, there
I
you
would go dictionary just because I don't even think I own a dictionary. I have the interwebs.
Oh, that's a
Yep.
good point.
But I would, yeah, dictionary.
Toothbrush. I want like a light up toothbrush.
To match your fingernails and your nose.
Exactly.
Oh, you had
She's
pointy
got
ears.
pointy
Never
ears.
mind. Never mind.
Oh, fair. Okay. Okay, would you rather spend a day watching Hallmark Christmas movies or spend the day Christmas shopping?
Ooh, can I pass? Like, I don't care for the Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And I really don't. I do all my Christmas shopping before Thanksgiving. So
Oh, that's smart.
Unless it's online. So I guess I'm going to go Hallmark Christmas movies because at least I can do it without people. Like, I mean, I want my people there. I just don't want
Yeah.
1,000 people there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a long answer. Not lightning. I guess.
I'll go Christmas movies because it makes me want to vomit slightly less than Christmas shopping. I don't like either one either. Yeah. I'm not
Yeah. Probably movies. I can zone out if I have to.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Would you rather have a job wrapping presents at the mall or a job taking pictures of all the children sitting in Santa's lap?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the children sitting in Santa's lap because at least I could be around Santa.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the pictures as well because nobody's gonna want me to wrap their presents. That's all the way back to the decoration conversation. I can't
Oh, yeah.
wrap presents well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. I think I'd do wrapping presents. I think I want to perfect it, so maybe if I just spent an
Maybe
entire
that's
day.
it. I'm really good at wrapping presents in a gift bag.
Ooh, I'm a good present wrapper, but that goes back to having to be at the mall with like the
Oh.
noise and the loud and the crazy.
Also
and
that
also
part of
true.
things.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm. Although the mall Santa maybe is what they're talking about. I assumed it was like a quiet Santa somewhere in the North
Oh,
Pole.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Is anybody okay with like pictures with little kids and Santa, like capturing all that
Yeah.
joy?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
kids too.
Yeah.
I
Kids are
actually,
great.
I still, when I take my children to get their picture of Santa, I still take one with Santa
Oh,
too.
you can do one.
Do you?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I am that 40-something-year-old woman. See, I said it. Taking a picture with Santa.
So you're not in the young adult
I
ministry?
am not in the
Ah.
young adult ministry,
Okay.
but just missed it.
Clarification.
Just missed
No,
it.
that's why she wasn't there on Tuesday. There you go. Shout out to Andrew for putting the coolest 100 Days
Yeah.
Till Christmas border on our lightning round.
Oh, I love it.
The entire time. He had to be behind the scenes today, but he is always awesome. So thank you guys so much for being with us. Liz, do you want to take a real quick chance to say whatever else you might want to say about North Texas Giving Day, and then we will sign off.
I think I would just thank everyone who's given already, and thank those of you that plan to give. It really does make a huge difference in the lives of our students and of our faculty, and we just really appreciate you all.
Yeah. Thank you guys again so much for watching episode 71. Thank you to Liz. Thank you to Gina, who had to step out already, for Erica and Andrew behind the scenes, and Krista behind the scenes today. God bless all of you from us here at All Saints. Please keep us in your prayers here at the church and at the school, and know that we are praying for you as well. God bless. We'll see you guys
Bye,
next
guys.
week. Bye.